Hello, Reds fans. Welcome to the YNWA Transfer News channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for your daily latest news.
Fabrizio Romano transfer news. Baleba 100% confirmed. Barcola next at Liverpool. Rodrigo interest. Football transfer news expert Fabrizio Romano has provided updates on the latest stories, including Carlos Baleba, Alexander Isak, and Rodrigo. Truth behind Man United's Baleba interest. Man United are close to getting a move over the line for Benjamin Sesko, and are already looking to sign Brighton's Carlos Baleba. But Romano predicts they will have a tough time getting it over the line. On Man United, there's one more big story. They want to find a midfielder. That remains the case. In recent hours, they've approached the camp of Carlos Baleba to tell him they have a serious interest. Romano told his YouTube channel. This deal is very difficult. Baleba is a top player for Brighton, a crucial player. Brighton want him to stay and don't want to lose him. To sign a player from Brighton with 23 to 24 days to go before the end of the window is not easy. The price will be very high, so it's a very complicated deal. From the player's side, they didn't say no. Carlos Baleba didn't close the door to Man United. Those close to him know that Brighton will make it very difficult. The interest is genuine, the approach is 100% confirmed. Now, we know how difficult it is to negotiate with Brighton. But it shows the ambition of Man United after signing Matheus Cunha, Bryan Mbeumo and soon Sesko. Baleba is their dream target. When Ruben Amorim first arrived at the club and they were in meetings setting the agenda on the type of player he wanted to sign, looking for specific skills, the word he used most was intensity. Carlos Baleba is seen as the perfect player for Amorim and his midfield. Bradley Barcola to Liverpool. What's happening? Liverpool have enjoyed a stunning transfer window, and it may not be over with the news that they are still interested in PSG's Bradley Barcola. For Liverpool, let's be clear, it's not Alexander Isak and Barcola, even if Darwin Nunez goes to Al-Hilal, and he's going. It's not going to be both of them, Romano said. Liverpool's priority, as of tonight, is Isak. They will go for him. In case that deal doesn't happen, Bradley Barcola is the dream option. As of today, Liverpool have not made contact with the agents, Liverpool have not contacted PSG, and they've not made a bid. Isak remains way more advanced and is the priority target. If that doesn't happen, an attempt on Barcola could be made by the end of the window. Don't forget PSG. They don't want to sell Barcola. The only way for the player to go is for him to say in public that he wants to leave. It's a very far scenario at the moment. Luis Enrique absolutely doesn't want to sell the player, and PSG have prepared a new contract for Bradley Barcola. When Bayern approached him in June, PSG told them to forget about that and prepared a new deal. PSG still watching Rodrigo. Romano believes that PSG have already lined up one potential replacement for Barcola should the unlikely deal go through. A name to watch for PSG would be Rodrigo from Real Madrid. Again, it's a very far scenario. He's happy to stay at Real Madrid and compete for his place at Real Madrid, Romano said. Internally at Real Madrid, if Barcola decides to go. If Liverpool decide to come to the table, Rodrigo could become an option. But again, it's not something concrete, there is no negotiation at the moment. New number 9 at Real Madrid. Romano says there is set to be a new number 9 at Real Madrid this season, with Gonzalo Garcia set to take the shirt after his impressive displays at the Club World Cup. On top of this, the young attacker is also set to be furnished with a bumper new deal at the Bernabeu. He said, Real Madrid are in active talks over new deal for Gonzalo Garcia. Decision made in July about plan for striker to stay after excellent Club World Cup as top scorer. New contract expected to be done as Gonzalo wants to stay, and wear the legendary number 9 shirt. Newcastle targets 2 rogue Premier League moves and latest Alexander Isak transfer twist. Having seen one bid knocked back for Alexander Isak already this summer, Liverpool retains an interest in the Swedish striker. But for a deal to seem realistic, the Reds need Newcastle United to click into gear. So far this summer, the Magpies have struggled to get any top targets over the line. Seemingly struggling without a sporting director being in place, despite having the allure of Champions League soccer, Newcastle has been rejected multiple times. The likes of Hugo Ekitike and João Pedro were admired by Newcastle but opted to move elsewhere. And now it appears that Benjamin Sesko will be picking Manchester United over St James Park in the latest blow. According to the Telegraph, after missing out on Sesko, Newcastle will move for Chelsea striker Nicholas Jackson. However, the Stamford Bridge side is set to demand around $107 million, £80 million, for the Senegalese. If Chelsea holds out for something close to that fee, and with Newcastle's desperation mounting, it would be well within its rights to, then that seems unlikely to happen. And in addition to looking at signing a forward, Eddie Howe is also said to want to sign Aston Villa captain John McGinn, who will turn 31 in October. The Daily Mail reports that he has emerged as a surprise target this month. Either player, heading into the summer, would have appeared to be obvious targets for Newcastle. And McGinn, in particular, would be a rogue signing for a team on the up and trying to take the next step in its development. Most importantly for Liverpool, Newcastle would get a deal for a striker over the line. Another Aston Villa player, Ollie Watkins, plus another RB Leipzig star, Lois Openda, have also been put forward as possible alternatives. Newcastle is still hoping to bring in Yoane Wissa, too, after his 19-goal Premier League season for Brentford. The Bees, though, have so far been unwilling to let him leave in the same window as Brian Mbeumo. Isak didn't train with his Newcastle teammates on Wednesday, instead arriving at the training ground separately to do an individual session. The Magpies play Espanyol at St James Park on Friday, but it doesn't appear that he will be involved. "You have to earn the right to train with us," Howe told the Daily Mail earlier this week, speaking in South Korea before Newcastle returned to the UK after its pre-season tour. "We are Newcastle United. The player has a responsibility here to be part of a team and part of a squad. You have to act in the right way. So that is also at play here. We will make sure that any player does that to earn the right to train with the group. No player can expect to act poorly and train with the group as normal." How much Darwin Nunez will earn at Al-Hilal compared to Liverpool after full agreement reached? Darwin Nunez is reportedly on the verge of being the next player from Liverpool's Premier League winning squad to move on from Anfield within 3 months of the trophy being presented. Last-minute tickets to the Community Shield. Click here. Trent Alexander-Arnold, Caoimhin Kelleher, Jarell Quansah and Luis Diaz have already left since the end of last season, with Arne Slot's strongest starting 11 for the upcoming campaign set to have a rather different complexion to his 2024-25 lineup. As reported by Fabrizio Romano, via X, on Wednesday night, a verbal agreement has been reached on a transfer to Al-Hilal for the Uruguay striker, with the Reds expected to bank €53 million, £46.3 million, plus add-ons from the impending sale of the 26-year-old. How much will Nunez be paid in Saudi Arabia? It's now been revealed how much Nunez is expected to earn in wages at the Saudi Pro League club, who he's about to join on a 3-year contract. Sky Germany reporter Florian Plettenberg took to X in the early hours of Thursday morning with further details on the Uruguayan's impending move to Riyadh, where the forward will be paid around €15 million net per year, equating to £13.1 million annually, after a full agreement was reached between all parties. Nunez set to more than triple his current wages with Al-Hilal move. According to Capology, Nunez earned a net wage of just under €4.6 million, £4 million, for the 2024-25 season at Liverpool, a little over 30% of what he's projected to pocket once he joins Al-Hilal. Should the respective figures be accurate, it lays bare the eye-watering wealth on offer to footballers who transfer to the Saudi Pro League, where even a relatively brief stint could set up a player and his family for life financially. For all the criticism about the quality of football in the Middle Eastern nation, it's undeniable that the foremost domestic league in the Arab Peninsula has become a huge attraction, with several of the Uruguayan's ex-LFC teammates flocking there: Jordan Henderson, Bobby Firmino, Fabinho. While Nunez had endured a barren campaign in front of goal last year, just 7 in 47 games, and fell out of favor with Slot in the second half of the season, he'll still be missed by a lot of Liverpool supporters who appreciate his indefatigable nature on the pitch and his unbridled celebrations of triumphant moments. He also gave us quite a few memorable late winners, coming up clutch away to Newcastle and Nottingham Forest in 2023-24 and dramatically turning a frustrating day at Brentford into one of jubilation with his stoppage-time brace in January. It'll be sad to see him leave, but he's wholly entitled to decide on what he feels is best for his career, and we wish him well in Saudi Arabia if and when his move to Al-Hilal is confirmed. Fabrizio Romano confirms Liverpool want Bradley Barcola. Indeed, Romano is adamant that Liverpool cannot sign both Isak and Barcola, hinting on his YouTube channel that it is likely to be one or the other. He explained, "It's not Barcola and Isak. If they can get him, Liverpool's priority tonight remains Isak. If Newcastle open the doors, Liverpool will go for Isak. That deal is absolutely still alive. In case the Isak deal can happen, Barcola is seen as the dream target internally at Liverpool. As of today, Liverpool have not made contact with Barcola's agents or Paris Saint-Germain, but they could make an attempt for Barcola before the end of the window if Newcastle close the doors to Isak. PSG don't want to sell Barcola. They prepared a new huge contract offer for the end of the window after Bayern Munich approached them with interest in the winger in June. The only way for Barcola to leave would be to say he wants to join Liverpool. It's not going to be easy because PSG see Barcola as one of the best players in the world." Romano went on to explain that, should Barcola depart for Anfield, the European champions would move for Real Madrid star Rodrigo, with the Brazilian also touted as a target for the Merseysiders. If Liverpool go for Barcola, a name to watch for PSG would be Rodrigo from Real Madrid. He wants to stay and fight for his place at Real Madrid, but internally at PSG, Rodrigo could be an option to replace Barcola. In a follow-up post on X, Romano added, "Liverpool consider Bradley Barcola as world-class player but no bid or talks at this stage, focus remains on Isak now. PSG want to keep Barcola and offer him new deal. Al-Khelafi, Luis Campos who signed him and Luis Enrique are all aligned. Liverpool transfer latest, Nunez sale confirmed. Scholes tips £50 million England star for Anfield move." Meanwhile, Romano has confirmed that Nunez will be heading to Al-Hilal, with a full agreement reached between the Saudi side both with Liverpool and the striker himself. With Romano giving the move the here we go seal of approval, he has revealed the figures Liverpool will collect from his sale to Simone Inzaghi's side. Elsewhere on the outgoing front, Liverpool are also in discussions for the sale of another attacking star to a European giant, and the exact terms the Reds will accept have been reaffirmed. On potential arrivals, Paul Scholes reckons Liverpool are ready to move for a £50m rated England international once a deal for Isak is tied up, having explained why the star is absolutely perfect for the Reds. Thanks for watching. Like and comment. Subscribe.